All the buttons have been pressed, the dials have been turned, and we are live on twitch.tv/Xisuma, where Maurice is throwing bananas into the chat to let me know that we are live. Thank you, Maurice. Appreciate it. Marks DeMello, Brainboy9, thank you for bananas. Kale Alarian 99. I was going to butcher that, but I pulled it back. I saved it. There we go. Peeps are tuning in. Stefan RBK, good to see you. Thank you for the bananas. Alright, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Where are we starting? I've got things to do today. Resources need to be gathered. Spoilers! Oh no, they know what I've been up to. They know what I've been putting in these green boxes. Oh dear. Oh, they'll never tune in for an episode of Hermitcraft again. It's all been ruined. Yeah. Alright, we're getting going with another live stream. Jeez, I feel rusty. It's weird. It's like I streamed yesterday, yet it feels so long ago. It's because it was the morning yesterday. Oh, I hear the pistons going off. That's the kelp farm. How's that thing doing? How's that thing doing down there? Bam. Let's check it out. Oh! So much kelp. I think I'm going to just turn it off for now. There we go. Because it just randomly activates and I don't really need it right now. That being said, actually, where we're going next, we might want more kelp. Ironically. So I should get this smelted up, is what I'm saying. We are listening to Old Sorcery again. It's going to be a regular on the streams. Got through the final record, which was full of black metal, but this one song was Dungeon Synth. So this has been added to the playlist. It's called Phantasm. It's cool. Good track. Finally, some ducking Hermitcraft, says Alizarian Ahai. Some ducking Hermitcraft, eh? So, most of the materials that I want are actually over here. Let's just one thing at a time. Let's go. You know how these streams work. I'm just a headless chicken. Hello, X. What is your thing of losing the grass mycelium race? What is my thing of losing the grass mycelium race? My thing, eh? My thing. I don't know what my thing is. I had fun. That's all I know. I had lots and lots of fun, right? Playing mini games with your friends. What could be better? Hey, look at this. I've already got plenty lying around. That'll be sure to disappear by the end of this stream, probably. Anyway, more is in the mix. We got Calamity Glitter Toes. What a name, here with the Prime subscription. And Randy Sink here for 4 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What's my plans for today's stream, says Ukopi. Building, resource gathering, and designing. Those are some of the things I wish to do. Okay, so we've got loads of terracotta over here. Soon to be not so much terracotta because I keep using it. Right. And I've got to get several different types of this together. Are you glad the war is over, says Brain Boy. I'm relieved. Things can go back to normal. We had fun. We had a blast. But, you know, some normality is welcome, right? Those 2 colours are required. As is that. And as is... Oh, this song's so beautiful. I just got to turn up the volume for myself there. Love it. That's got to go. I keep thinking about my New Year's, like, air quotes, New Year's resolution. I always believe in doing things, you know, when and where the need for them arises, but in the New Year's it is time to take time away from YouTubing and to put it into other things deliberately. And my brain has been turning over with things I need to add to a list. I think I need to start writing that list because I've just reminded myself that finding more musicians to get on my playlists for these streams is a goal of mine. There's probably a fair bit of Dungeon Synth that I've listened to in the past I could thumb over and perhaps contact and add to what we're doing here. So yeah, I got stuff to do, haven't I? I think black was also... Black! That is a reference to something that we figured out what it was a reference to on stream and I've managed to forget again. I think it's the League of Gentlemen. But I could be mistaken. Or the Far Show. It might be the Far Show. Up we go. Landnado is here, resubscribing. Arpononog. I butchered that name, is here for 7 months, and Free Phase is here for 33. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Talbar, man, pick up your goal, like, well, I guess there's probably barriers in the way of what you're trying to do, right? But, like, if you have a goal and you don't succeed it within the time frame, that shouldn't stop you from going at it again, right? Like, when you fall off, you get back on. That's what I say. When you fall off the horse, you get back on. Okay, I think actually that's the other way around. And the horse is metaphorical, okay? I'm not just talking to horse riders, you know. Okay. Just talking to everyone. I'm not discriminating. To our equestrian friends. I knew I wasn't going to say that right. What's the word related to horse stuff that sounds like equestrian or something like that? I thought I'd be all smart and fancy. Oh, it just got mysterious and creepy, this music. Damn, I love this bit of the song. Right, Ah! I turned up the volume for the music and then that was insanely loud in my eardrum. Okay, this is what's happening in my brain right now. My brain's like trying to figure out what it was I was supposed to go grab. Is that it? Ooh, I need more red sand, so... Is there a red sand shop on Hermitcraft? I don't really want to go on a long journey just to get a small amount of like one material, but let's go try and fill up a shulker box of red sand. Puzzlefrack, 35 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Actually, speaking of that list, right, what was it I said a moment ago about writing it down? Because now I'm thinking I should really... Oh yeah, that was it. Music, streams. Anything that pops into my head now, I've got a list. So I'm going to start writing it, you know? So yeah, in January, it's like dedicating time to other things. And so I want to... There's a bunch of ideas that float around all the time in my mind, and I want to have more free time to do them. So rather than a day being like, you know, recording videos after I've done my usual exercise and eating or whatever, like, there's more flex time to be like, what do I want to pick off this list? Let's flex on this skelly. Oh, it's flexing time right here. Okay. How you make your texture packs is Red Kid. Great question. Assumption. Assuming that I made it. I did not make this texture pack. It is Vanilla Tweaks. We got Sky Shadow 5, who's here for 8 months. You're back again. Welcome back. You know who else is back? Shady's back. Back again for the second time in 2020. I've been listening to that record. My is here with Cheers and Bits saying, hey X, you still the admin of Hermitcraft server. Does the server use performance mods to increase performance? Yes it is, and yes I am. It is using a bunch of stuff, right? That's helpful, isn't it? It's using, Oh, no, someone pinched all the sand here. Ah. Yeah, I watched a Hypno video where he was like, oh yeah, all the sand's gone, and I thought, really, Hypno? Is it really gone? Did you come and check all these areas here? And it looks like he did, actually. Look, it's all gone from this spot. I mean, you can see there are still patches of it. Here we go. Here we go. Hypno. Hypno, my friend. You did not travel far enough. I've collected dead bushes before and never used them, so why bother? Why bother this time? I'm going to leave them here. Because if I ever all of a sudden need loads, I've already got them. If I need more, then I'll go and get more. Anyway, let's gather the red sand. Don't need a crazy amount, but we do need an amount. Yeah, we use... It's not sodium. Oh my word, why can't it... phosphor and... Can't... If you search for phosphor You'll find the other one with it. They're paired together. Lithium, that's it. Lithium and Prospera. Those are the two that we use on Hermitcraft. They run on fabric. And they are a, you know, saving grace, really. For anyone who's played on the vanilla jar in large groups, it's not good. It's not optimized. So yeah, thank goodness we got that. Thank you for those cheers and bits. We got Awadahai L303 here, subscribing. Towers here for 15 months as well. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Indeed, holiday season, right? I'm really feeling that kind of like laziness. Like, you know your rest time is coming. You know good times are ahead or whatever. Like, seeing family and you got your plans. You're going to enjoy some food. But every year it feels the same. As it gets closer, like, the resilience to keep going dies off. And you're like, I can't wait for it to be here. More this year than ever. Obvious reasons. And I'm just hitting that point now where it's like, I've got one more episode of Hermitcraft to make, and all I want to do is other stuff. I mean, I love making Hermitcraft episodes, but man, I'm just looking forward to this time off. And today, my friends, today I taught myself how to play 2 songs on the guitar, and I will not make any promises, but I feel like in the future I want to make a guitar cover video of them. Because I love these songs so much and they're so much fun to play, right? Like, why would I not do that? I mean, I'm only ever going to do it if the whole process feels like it's fun. I'm not going to do it for views or for like anything else. It's just, it's not like it was before. It's not like, hey, I'm going to play guitar and try and make a success of this and grow a guitar channel. Nope. Nope, just thinking I love these songs so much that I might just record me playing them if I get the chance at some point. The songs are Junkies and Sunny by Ocean Grove. I figured out how to play them on guitar, and oh my god, they are really fun to play. They're as fun to listen to as they are to play. So, going to be working on that. I mean, already I can play it pretty competently. They're not difficult. The songs are in drop D for any guitarists out there. So kind of easy to play the chords, but I don't really struggle with playing chords. Drops just lazier. You know, I could play it in D, not standard, if I wanted to. Actually, that being said, the way some of the notes you play are arranged, it would be tricky. You'd have to have some stretchy fingers to pull it off in D. Now that I think about it. So there are times when playing in drop isn't always just about easy power chords. Roy Magnesium, thank you for 8 months. King Spy 1 here for 50. The big 5-0, indeed. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. What do you use for Unicode? Unicode? Like, that's like saying what do you use for letters, isn't it? What do you use for your numbers? I use hand gestures. You know, I wasn't expecting questions about Unicode today, but Unicode is Unicode, right? Am I missing something? Bass is pretty nice, says Dark Undertone. Yeah, those songs have really great bass. Like, in fact, the bass helped me figure out the guitar. I was using some low-pass filters to take away a lot of the upper noise in the track and then just focus on what's happening on the bass, and then you're like, ah, that's where the notes are, and then you can kind of like pull it together and figuring out the song. Yeah, so to talk about some of that bigger picture stuff for the new year, right? What I'm going to do, I've gotten very accustomed to standing at my standing desk, and you know, everything's fine. I'm one of these people that feels like it's easy to buy stuff. It's easy to just be like, I don't know, like there's this definite artificial pull that buying stuff makes you feel good, right? And I think it's like baked into a lot of us because we live in a consumeristic society, and there's advertising and pressures put on you by like external forces all the time. Quite often do I feel that sort of impulse of, oh, buying that would be good, and then I kind of remind myself, would it? Like, do you need that? No, not really. How often are you going to use it? Not a lot, actually. So I don't buy a lot of stuff, is what I'm getting at. Like, I'm not a big, like, oh, I'm going to buy I fancy a new computer or whatever. Like, the computer I'm using right now is relatively new, but the last one lasted me like 10 years. Actually, it's more like 8, to be fair. To put an actual number on it, it was about 8 years that it lasted me. So yeah, I you know, in those 8 years, I could have, you know, perhaps had 1 or 2 extra computers. Some people do that. Some people, their computer lasts 2 or 3 years and they get a new one. I like to make stuff last, and I've had the standing desk that I'm at now for about 4 years, I think. So it doesn't feel like the worst thing, but it's in really good condition, and I hate the idea of just getting something else and then this just goes in, you know, goes in a cupboard or like in the garage and just rots, you know, never to be used again. I've had this realization because I currently got 3 computers, right? I've got the one that I had before this, which I got, I think, 1 year into doing YouTube. That's why I said 8 years, not 10, because it was like, in fact, it was probably like half a year. Half a year into doing YouTube, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a new computer to focus on doing this video editing stuff, right? And then I got this computer earlier this year, if I'm recalling correctly. Like, in the beginning months of the year. Maybe it was even January, so it's probably not even a year old yet. So odd that you play Minecraft standing up, says Epic Pitufo. Yeah, I'm standing up right now. You just get used to it. It's just normal to just sort of stand here and play. I like it. So yeah, I don't need like a new desk, but I've come to this realization that if I'm going to start doing music again, my old computer is actually pretty naff, and the only reason to sort of hold on to it is because I've got old pirated VSTs and projects that, you know, kind of only work on that computer, and I've been learning about how to sort of save projects in a way where they are always openable again in the future. But there are some plugins that I have to sort of like redo the project files so that they don't use. So in January I kind of want to go through all my old projects, keep some stuff, sort of ultimately say goodbye to some old songs that I was working on, and kind of like wrap up using that, because the computer that I'm on now is a beast, and like the days of needing custom sound effects cards to produce music are over. Like, these computers today can do it easy. So I just feel like I might as well produce music from this computer. It just makes sense. So if I'm going to do that, I kind of want to get a triple monitor set up, like my other one is. And that means I need a bigger desk. I found one that's standing, that's adjustable, that seems to suit my needs. And it's just a question of, is all this necessary or not? And it kind of isn't if I want to make things last. I can get away with using the setup as it currently is. But at the same time, if I want to, I could go ahead and, you know, get a new monitor, have a triple monitor set up, buy some equipment to kind of make everything work together, you know? Because as it currently stands, it's kind of like not going to work. Anyway, I think that'll do on the gathering front, because I don't need more than that, basically. Okay. And then we got that. Oh yeah, we never actually filled this up all the way. Well, there we go. Right, and now we rock it all the way back to our island, I guess. What DAW do you use for your music, says Nave? I use Fruity Loops. I know it has a bit of a reputation, or whatever, for not being good or whatever, but like, I can just get stuff done with it, and it was easy to learn. And I tried other ones like Reaper, and I think Alberton Live was another one, and like, they're just not sort of user friendly, whereas Fruity Loops kind of is, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm probably going to, as a project for January, you know, set up a new desk in this room and get, you know, like a new thing going. Just have the one computer for doing music on instead of, you know, this other one on the side that's old and kind of half busted. I say that, it works fine, but you can tell it's old when you use it. Have you heard of Reason sound software? I think Reason was another one that I tried. My experience with the other types of software was just... I feel like stuff was laid out and labelled without a lot of... I don't know... Like, it didn't make it fun or exciting. You were sort of like thumbing through very bland looking settings and trying to figure out how to route tracks to different things and one another. They were obviously designed in a way where it's more technical, but I kind of just needed it to just work without having to do too much, and I didn't get that experience from these other ones, so I ended up just using Fruity Loops. SPB says, I can agree with that. I used Alberton. It took a bit to really get a decent workflow. However, I only have the light version. The standard version is almost 700 to 900 USD. Workflow is a really good word to describe what the problem is, yeah. Because every time I wanted to do something, I remember I was trying to use Superior Drummer in Reason, and I just like was going over tutorials, and it was so difficult to output the tracks from one place to another. Yet on Fruity Loops, it was plug and play. It was like, you know, you can just drag a little number and it goes to that channel and that's it. So, I feel like I'm not using Fruity Loops going, oh my god, I can't get this done, I can't get that done. Therefore, like, what's the problem for me? It doesn't feel like there is a problem, essentially. Okay, so I want to do that. I'm going to make an extra one. This is all going to become red sandstone and then red smooth sandstone. Okay, the rest of this can go into here for future use if ever needed. This is why we do grindy in-between recording stuff on streams. It actually ends up taking a bit of time to just get some smooth red sandstone, you know? We can hang and do this stuff together. And that's going to go in there now. What's your audio interface, says Taubar? Don't have one. Don't have one as of right now. My creative sound card would have been the audio interface on the old computer. But I kind of don't need it for the music that I'm making at the moment. I do a lot of stuff with samples and with VSTs. Using the keyboard to make melodies. When I want to get back into recording guitar, I got a Pod UX1 to do that. I did buy a USB interface many years ago, and I had to send it back. This is when I had like no money, and it was almost like heartbreaking that it didn't work because I was like dead scared I couldn't get a refund on it. And yeah, I brought an interface for. Where we go? Oh, I should probably go to the shop for that material. Yeah, I'm gonna fly over to the shop now. Hopefully I don't need anything else from there. Let me just think about these materials that I need again. It's actually there's only two. There's that and that. So I'll go grab this from the shopping area. Yeah, I remember buying this USB audio interface and it was horrible. It was laggy. It was slow. And when I spoke to them, they're like, "It's not supposed to do that." And I was thinking, well. It runs over USB. I think it would have been USB 2 back then. I was kind of skeptical about it to begin with because I had a I had a sound card with a audio interface. And yeah, anyway, so I brought this thing and I had to be like, look, it doesn't work. Like, I'm just getting horrible lag and I don't know why. And they took it back, fortunately. But I remember being like super gutted about that because that was like, I had no money. And when you buy stuff and you got no money, it's really different. It's just like, you know, if that doesn't work, that's like a big setback. Plagiatus is here for 9 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. What was the last noise in the ear I read? Exa MC here for 6 months. Man TG Mol. Butchered that one. Here with the Prime. Harmony ML for 9 months. And Glimsy here with the Prime. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support. Do we have... Oh, I flew all the way over here. I tell you what, I'll just pinch some from up top. Or is it even up top? It might actually be in this area. you know, because this is my shop. I made that concrete. Apollo Twin is a separate processor for plugins. Pretty awesome. Apollo Twin. Why does that sound really familiar to me in the context of music making? Apollo Twin, that sounds so familiar. Jacko Coop 123 here with the Prime. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you ever so much. Hope you enjoy the stream. Do any FL Studio users out there know of? Oh, I feel like as I'm asking for this, I don't even know how to describe it, and therefore there probably isn't a solution. But like, if you have like plugins that are sort of old, outdated, and you kind of want to retain the information from them, are there tools that kind of like extract information from the FL Studio file? Because I tried to open one of them in Notepad and it's all encrypted, or, you know, scrambled or whatever, obfuscated. And it'd be kind of cool to see what the written language is there, because sometimes like these plugins just refer to files and that's all I need, the file name, and it would save me tons of time like restoring old projects. I'd love to know if something like that exists for FL Studio. I've been searching and not finding anything really. Apollo Twin is Artemis. Okay, now I feel like, what? That's not what I expected. Are you talking about moving over preferences, says J-Soam? Sort of, yeah, maybe. It's more like if you load up an old project on a new system and it doesn't have the VSTs, the data behind that is gone. Whereas if there was a way to just read it, just look at it for your own use, it could be like, oh, it's referencing that file. I can grab that file and bring it back into my project. Like that's kind of where I'm at, because I know that I'm not going to be able to get this thing to work. I'd be happy to buy them for these old plugins, but the problem is, like, you can't buy the old versions, and now everyone's moved on to the subscription model, which I hate because it's such a like money sink. Unless you're like a professional and you know you're using this stuff every day, your subscription software, I think, is just a business model I want to avoid at all costs. It's just an easy way to drain your wallet. I don't use video editing software that's like that, because, you know, I can pay 30 bucks, 30 quid or whatever for some video software that lasts me years and years and years. But if I do the rental one, oh man, it's just like you're going to spend that much a month. It's like ridiculous. Okay, just looking at my list of things to get, because we've got a few more things to get organised. Ooh, I'm not sure if I've got enough lapis for what I need here. We'll chuck all we got into the into this thing for now, and then go get some more building materials. Take a little bit of a detour on the way as well. I guess the question is, to what degree are you willing to support the developers of software? This is Sonic Striker. Well, that's an interesting question. It depends a lot on how stuff is configured, set up behind the scenes as well, right? To some extent. What I mean by that is, like, you know, a company can make millions of dollars and not really pay its software developers a fair cut of that, or whatever you consider to be fair. I'm just used to, you buy something and then you own it for life. And a lot of things are moving on to rentals, which, you know, there's obviously plus and minuses. I'm not trying to say it's wrong, just that that's my preference, that's what I'm used to. And having therefore brought software that then lasts me years, it's pretty difficult to convince me that I should rent the software. That also makes me think, what if I can't afford it at one point in time? Then I've actually forked over tons of money for this thing, and I no longer have access to it. So, just for the way that I've been using software over the years, that's very unappealing. Very unappealing to me. And I avoid it at all costs, you know. That's why I don't use Adobe, because although their video editor is supposed to be better than Vegas, and Vegas has issues with crashing a lot of the time, I think I'd rather tolerate the crashing than pay monthly for it. Right, so until, I guess I just leave this over here now and we'll go do something else, because I just needed to get those resources gathered for when I'm going to do some building. This one can come with us, that can go in there. Let's Get some more ender pearls. There are alternatives, says RBBSS. Oh, of course, you've got options out there in the market. But there isn't alternatives to using a plugin when you load up a project and it's not like, you don't have this plugin, let's try and make this work with a different one. Like, that doesn't exist. So if you don't have the plugin, your project is going to fail at that point. Sometimes that's something you don't need to worry about. You can replace it, redo it. A lot of the time, in my cases, it's things where I'm like, oh, I actually really need the information from that. So yeah, I was kind of hoping there was a way to read what information is in the file, because you just get, you know, things that way. The Almighty Truffle says, I feel that, Xisuma. I'm glad PS4 allows me to use Share Factory for free. Oh, it's going off the top of the screen. I'm guessing it's a subscription model complaint. Plagiator says, the idea of subscription models is there's money for constant updating and bug fixing. Yeah, you could argue it means better quality software, but like, you know, Vegas gets the job done. Sure, it crashes on occasion. I've gotten used to having to save it. By the way, I want to come through here and do a quality check on all the potions. Like this one here, we can't have awkward potions, right? And then I leave one in there to sort of say, hey, this is what's available here. And you might see some spoilers along the way. Looks like we've got everything stocked up properly there. If they don't have full potions in, that doesn't break my other stuff, so that's all good. Yeah, look, see this one over here. Yeah, I'm hoping after all those mini-games, some hermits will come over here and use this more often, because Mumbo knows about this place, Ren knows about this place. So yeah, there might be this argument that you're going to get better quality software. Like I said though, like, you know, it just doesn't feel worth it to me. Right, I think Mumbo took 4 boxes of regeneration and must have returned one of them. That looks like that's what's happened there. So we got 4 boxes back. So many hermits uploaded today, says Sleepy Snack. Yeah, well that's because it was the showdown of all the mini games, right? Which I missed. Our recording session ran on a bit too late for me. Okay, all good there. I think I should probably double check that one. That one looks rather susceptible to mistakes because they're very similar. The water bottles. Okay, all good here. What one is this? The Turtle X! What have you been doing? Turtle Master? I didn't know that was in here. What? Chuck that one up top. I think all of those are finished brewing now, so I can get my camera count out of here. It's just making sure that all goes smoothly. I thought slow falling would be a very popular one, so we've got tons in here. Looks all good. The dodgeball went really well, says Talbot. Yeah, I was really, really pleased. You know, I had this feeling that it was kind of simple in concept and it would just play well, but to actually see that happen was good. And I also think you could maybe, you know, look at how it went and perhaps add in some rules. I think like maybe a shot timer or something like that would be pretty good. So you could make sure that teams don't take too long. There was also technically a little bit of cheating, but in the spirit of just having fun, I didn't really like make a big deal out of it. But one of the things I wanted the hermits to do was to not hold potions in their hands while they were playing if they weren't throwing it. But to be fair, I think it would probably make a better game if everyone had lots of potions and agreed only one person could throw at a time, because then you could kind of like throw in a really quick rebound. Now you think about the real game of dodgeball, like that's a good thing to do in dodgeball, is to be quick, be snappy with the response. So I feel like, you know, maybe we'll make it a thing that everyone holds damage potions and does it that way. You need to name the chest, says Joshi. That's a great idea. Oh! Well, what one's that? 2. Wait, we have 2. Hang on, have I missed a farm on my list? Let's check out. Let's go open up my spreadsheet. I got a spreadsheet with all the potions in, right? What have I missed down the line here? We just got past instant damage. It's my waiting song. Oh, what's this? Oh, there it is. Swiftness and slowness have not been set up. I did not realise that. They can be set up today. We'll do that on the stream. Oh, I guess I need my camera account back now to keep the area loaded. Otherwise the potion brewing breaks. Let's go get that back. Someone says filter out the awkward potions. The system's not really built to handle that. Nor do I think there is really a way to do it. It's just an unfortunate problem of getting this thing going. The Almighty Truffle says, dude, I love Dodgeball IRL. I'm like the ninja. I'm doing flips in order to avoid being hit. Dude, now that you just said it, I just feel like all I want to do is play Dodgeball. I feel like I'd love that. I really do like physical activity and sports. I mean, I love watching sports. I'm always keen on participating. I just never really do. Now I want to play Dodgeball. Like, dang. Dodgeball sounds fun. I mean, if it weren't COVID times, maybe I could hire a horn, get some friends together, and be like, let's throw giant balls at each other. This is what we were made to do. Jacko Coop 123 here with the Prime. Painter Guy with the Prime as well. Shizuku 3158 here for 30 months. Will you recommend Fruity Loops for beginner creator? I have no idea about everything, and I'm trying to get a good start. Love your content as always. Shizuku, I'll come back to that in a second. The Real One Tin Mat is here for 11 months. I'm sorry it's taken me about 4 years to reach 11 months. No problem, dude. Thank you ever so much. I appreciate every month. It's all good. Yeah, you know, I would recommend it to a beginner creator, no doubt. But I'd also think it depends, like, what your position is. How serious you are about it. Like, I feel like if you're learning music at school, college, you know, you want to become a professional musician, I feel like you wouldn't need to ask that. You'd probably already be using different software. But I feel like if you're casual, you're doing a hobby thing, you want to get into music production, it makes no, like, sense. Well, there's no harm in learning it, right? And then maybe you use it and you're like, I'm really good at this and I could do something, I need something more powerful, I could do better. Then, you know, you'd find your way to the next thing. I feel like it's one of those ones where if you were to tell someone, no, you shouldn't use this, they already would know that, right? They would already be in a position of, yeah, of course I shouldn't use Fruity Loops, I use these other software. But anyway, for creators, like, it's very easy and friendly to get into. But one thing I will say is that you do kind of need a bit of a nose for music, because I remember, like, where I've been relearning stuff lately, there's all these videos now with people telling you what to do and how to do stuff, and it just reminded me of how much of a nose I had for this stuff, because I didn't need, like, channels and mixers and frequencies and stereo and panning and phase. None of this stuff needed explaining to me. It was just like, I want to make the sound do this. That's what it's called. There it is, you know? And then, like, learning about concepts like compression, it was like I could already hear it in the music. I just needed to know what it was. Oh, it's called compression. Now I'm going to do this on all my drums or whatever, right? Like, I had that experience with Fruity Loops. So when I go and watch these tutorials now to, like, refresh my memory and stuff, I'm like, dang, like, you just got someone explaining it all, whereas I had to, like, figure it out for myself and tinker around and trial and error. And I used to read guides about production as well to learn a little bit, but so much of it was really intuitive, especially using something like an equalizer. You know, just being able to basically shape the frequencies that the sound come across. So you got an instrument where you're like, it's too bassy. It's like go into the equalizer, hollow out some bass. Just stuff like that. It just came naturally. If everything I'm saying sounds like complete nonsense or like it makes your head spin, then maybe you're gonna have a hard time with it. But for me, like, using Fruity Loops, it was just all there, and I could just be like, okay, shove that plug in on that track and let's make it sound like this. And it was all kind of quite easy, really. Water potions in the slow falling chest. Oh, okay, we'll have to go back and double check that one. Right, what are we doing here? We got fermented spider eyes. That should be... Oh, no, wait. I'm in the wrong spot then. So we got 2 somewhere that ain't fired up. This must be it. Sugar. Sugar. And sugar again. Right, sugar. How are these things configured? They're all good to go. I just got to remember how to activate this stuff properly. So we've got 2 spots to put in sugar. I think we probably want some more, so we'll just start filling it up and see where it goes. I was totally unaware that these weren't ready though. I thought I'd finished doing all the potions. Do you have a plan for the downstairs potion room, says MC Hatter? I want to decorate it on this stream, funny enough, so we'll see how much time we have for something like that. I would love to tune into that, says SPB. Tune into what? What did I say I would do? I'm always lagging behind chat. Anyway, if you want to do music production, highly recommend try out the demo of Fruity Loops. Just, you know, have a go with this stuff. See if it makes sense to you. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really like... If you've got the nose for music, if you see musical stuff and you're like, I know what that is. Like, I don't know, you see someone with one of those grid of like 4x4 pads and they're like making a beat on it. Like, you'll probably be able to be like, I can put samples on that and now I can, you know, control what those samples sound like. I don't know, that's what it was like for me. It was just kind of like, I want to do this and... Oh, wait a minute, do we... we've got to get some iron over here, I just remembered. Important time to remember. Okay, well those I'm going to plop down over here so we have more space for other stuff. Therefore we can just, you know, tuck that away. GarageBand is also free and very lightweight intro to Logic, says Anurak. Yeah, I never had that great a time with stuff like GarageBand. GarageBand is on iPad, right? I think I've got it. And for me it was fun to jam on it, but like what was weird is that so much stuff was like automated and sort of click and go that I struggled to be like, hang on, where do I go to like put this in the piano roll and like put it onto my playlist or like change notes? I had that sort of trouble using software like GarageBand. I mean, maybe it was just somewhere that I couldn't locate, whereas I'm used to sort of it being laid out in the way it is in Fruity Loops or, you know, any sort of software. You see that timeline, you're like, this is where it goes. Whereas GarageBand is more like plug and play. You just tell it, hey, make the drums make a beat, and it starts making a beat. Iron is what we came back for. Very important that we remember. Could end up using a lot of it, you know. Yeah, it's a lot loop-based, says Anurak. Yeah, loop-based, definitely. Lots of looping going on. But for drum beats, I love something like that because I can just let it go and then just pick up the guitar and play along or something. A great place to start creating, says Anurak. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, maybe that's, you know, here I am talking about give Fruity Loops a try. If Fruity Loops isn't intuitive to you, maybe go try GarageBand. Then maybe being around some of those concepts that I described, like, you might start to see stuff that makes sense. I don't know, like, you know, like when you've got a bunch of drum beats laid out on a grid where each row is an instrument like a hi-hat or a bass kick, and then each column is like, you know, a sequence of time. That stuff, when you see it in one of those programs, you might go into Fruity Loops and be like, oh, now I know what this is. What do I need? Just a crafting bench. What are you talking about, says Stoned Koala? We're talking about DAWs. Like Fruity Loops. Will you ever do a Doom gameplay on YouTube, says Iric. Iric, I tell you what, I will do a Doom gameplay on YouTube right now. Oh, I've just uploaded it through my time machine. Oh, it's on my main channel and on my second channel? What? How did I do that? What a magician. What a wizard. If you go over to those channels and just search for Doom, you're going to find some Doom gameplay. Oh, lucky you. What a suggestion. What a suggestion. Now I remember what I'm doing. I'm doing the minecarts, which is, you know, not iron efficient, but it's just what I chose to do. And for no reason that makes any sense at all, I'm going to continue doing it. I could have used shears. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Sounds like cheers. Also, in a way, that's a reference to something that absolutely no one here is going to guess. But in this Machine Head record, where they're live in London, like, some of the stuff the lead singer says is just classic. Like, he's just, oh my god, I love it. You can just hear it in his voice. He's having the time of his life. And there's just this moment where he goes, cheers, everyone, cheers! And it sticks in my mind. Whenever I hear the word cheers, I hear that. Let's hop around, hop around. Right, where are we up to? That one? That one's done. Now we've got to do the one behind it. Does anyone know the record? I think it's called Hell Alive. It cracked me up if someone in chat knows what I'm on about. Biggie or Tupac, says that boy Zay1. I say both. I grew up listening to Tupac. Tupac was always like my favourite, and then I remember at a job I had, someone I was working with was like, dude, you gotta listen to Biggie, and I was like, no man, Tupac's the best. Because this was when I was younger and I was an idiot, and I was like, oh, apparently you have to pick one, and you can only like one of them, because that's just some unwritten rule. And I started listening to Biggie, and I was like, oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me, what have I done? I wasn't listening to this, you know? Did I have a brain hemorrhage? What's my excuse? Okay, let's hop down here. There go the sugar. Then in this one we want to do that. Aha. See, we're fixing it. I made a mistake. Bam! Right, now we've got to focus on what's above. Oh, hop over there. What is your favourite music genre, says Stone Koala. I've always got three. Classical music, black metal, and hip hop. Those are my... Those are the ones that move my soul the most, if you want to say that. And I'd say in recent years, stuff like folk and fantasy have really kind of like slipped in there as well, actually. Speaking of which, I've been listening to the Merker, is that how you say it? The Merker record a lot lately. Oh, it's so good. So good. Right, we need 2 more minecarts up here in this bizzle. You know? 2 more of those, thanks. And then a whole bunch of sugar. Missing Live says, what's your opinion on EDM and house? You know, I really like electronic music. I never got that deep into any of it in particular. There's some sort of like flavours of house that I tend to like. I think my problem with that area of music is that like the sort of scales and tones that the music operate in kind of like don't vibe with me as emotionally as other music does, but I'm like totally down with it. Love that sort of stuff. Have you ever listened to some of the soundtracks from Final Fantasy XIV? The Final Fantasy soundtracks I'm really familiar with is 7, Inside Out. I mean, that is just an incredible soundtrack. And then 8 and 9 I know a fair bit of as well. Like, I've got all the soundtracks and I've listened to them on occasion. Now people are asking me all sorts of questions. Do I listen to this band? Do I listen to that one? Remember, you can go to my music blog. Okay? Search Xisuma music blog. When you've loaded up the page, you can press Ctrl F on your keyboard, type in the name of the artist you want to know about, and you can find answers. I mean, I'll pick ones out of chat. I'm not going to ignore you, but I'm just saying. You know, I might have already written tons about the artist you are asking about. Someone in chat asking if I like The Weeknd. I checked out The Weeknd's record, this latest one this year, right? Not really like sold on it, and I think some of the best stuff was like the less original style as well, like a lot of synthwave influence, kind of like merging a bit of pop songwriting with the synth pop, synth pop. Oh god, there's so many genres. Darkwave, synth pop. I literally said it a second ago. Synthwave. It's called synthwave. Jeez. Synthwave is sort of like your 80s nostalgic reinvention, if you like. It's like a new genre that kind of takes from the 80s a little bit. Hard to describe, really. Right, so we put the iron back. Sugar. We need more sugar. That's the one. I very much like synthwave, says Ren Sergal. Me too. I like it. I feel like I haven't found like an artist where the songs really connect. I feel like it's a very aesthetic genre. It's a very mood-driven one. Like if you're in the mood for like synthwave, dang, that's like you can really enjoy that stuff. But never does like the music change the mood, if that makes sense. Like it's never that way round for me. But not knocking it, just that's my preference. According to my Spotify roundup, I've gone through 152 genres this year, says Rebecca. That's a lot of genres. Keep on exploring. There we go. It was almost full, actually, wasn't it? It was almost full. I thought there was going to be more in the hopper, but there wasn't. What's your opinion on metal, says Damselot? Oh, don't get me started on metal. I mean, screaming, banging on the drums really loud, you know, thrashing on the guitars with the distortion. Oh, it's just disgusting. I mean, who would want to listen to that, right? Just a bunch of noise, really. You know? It's not what music's about, is it? You know, music isn't just noise. It's not just a bunch of sounds going into your eardrums. It's more than that. Suis, 1997 is here subscribing. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate it. What's your favourite musical platform to listen to music on? Winamp. I use Winamp and Phonograph for all my music. Effing Gummy Bears has got to listen to the right metal. Nah, dude, I've listened to loads of metal. It's just screaming, man. There's nothing more to it. Don't bother with metal, that's what I say. That's my motto in life. Okay, chuck these things up here. What was the other thing? Sugar, and I've got the sugar, so we're good. What classical music do you like, says David Oni? Quite a bit. I tend to just have lots of collections, like that, what was it, Time Life Music Collection stuff. Brought a load of that, and I've just got, you know, all the greats, and they just come on at shuffle. And a few others outside that realm as well. Dang, look at what Corrales has been up to here, eh? Wow. Oh wow, it's kind of like a... Oh, I didn't realise there was like a road on this. Dang, Corrales. Look at this. Gorgeous. That's so cool. That's so very, very cool. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff out of the way soon, right? And like give him some room to kind of like come over in this direction. Maybe I should come up with my own like mini towers and create a road that goes out towards his. I think I could do that. Maybe we should do some creative building on a stream soon and just focus on tower designs and stuff like that. What's your opinion on physical music formats? As in, do you collect any or do you have preferences? So I used to collect CDs, right? And then I hardly ever used them when I moved. Like, the only time I'd use them was for cooking. Then I moved, and now I don't use them ever. And I was still collecting them for a while. And then I was like, this doesn't make much sense. And it's probably better if I just don't collect them anymore, right? Because I was buying albums twice, basically. Right, buying the MP3s and then buying the CDs. And I know that streaming is cheaper, but like I'm just so used to having an MP3 collection, and I just like. And to be honest, I can think of some really good reasons why I'm going to stick doing it, because I was literally just the other day like organising my MP3s so that songs that I like to play along to are now like duplicated onto my music drive. I've created this like music drive that syncs across my devices. And what's great about that is that it's not streaming, so it's not like I have to create an artificial reference to a stream and have an internet connection. It's just there, like, and I can. Which one are we filling up here? I think we're filling up that one, aren't we? I can just... Oh, I've gone down here. I can just, you know, open the file and start playing. And that is what I want. So I'm going to keep collecting MP3s. I just hope the price comes down eventually, because sometimes it's pretty pricey. Like, the Eminem B-side, right? To buy it, you have to just basically buy the album again. And to be fair, there's 16 tracks, so like paying full price for it isn't so bad, but I already bought that album earlier in the year, so now I've paid like 20 quid or whatever for both halves, which is kind of pricey really, compared to streaming, but you know, it's just how I roll. We had a noise in the ear, 2 of them. Suis, 1997, here subscribing, and Archseer, thank you for your subscriptions, appreciate it. Appreciate it. All the sugar, we gotta make all the sugars over here. All the sugar. If you enjoy listening to speakers very much and you have good headphones or speakers, it's very much worth your opinion to go lossless, says the medium one. I will experiment with that actually, and all of my Bandcamp stuff comes lossless, so... Ooh, we're kinda not like terribly stocked up on these, but that's cool. Yeah, all of that stuff is like, I've got MP3, like 320. Anyway, I've been listening to music on pretty terrible speakers for some time. I just sort of brought them in a rush, because they would fit on the desk, and I knew they weren't that good, and I just got used to them. But now I have brought, which is part of why I'm thinking about redoing all my desk and stuff, I brought some proper audio monitors that Ren recommended to me. And like, I was saying to Ren, this is all I ever wanted. I want someone to point at me and go, buy these monitors, they're good. That's all I want to know, because when I read about monitors and specs, I'm just like, just tell me if it's good or not, and I'll buy it, like... Anyway, so he recommended these audio monitors, and I was like, that's it, dude, I'm buying them. And I ordered them, and now I'm like, oh, I kind of need a bit more space to put them in this room, which is why I'm thinking of doing, having a new desk, like we talked about earlier in the stream. So that's going to come with those audio monitors, right? And this is another reason why I'm thinking of changing stuff up, is because I want to listen to my music collection on those. I don't want them to sit on my other computer, right? Like, hardly getting used a couple of times a week, when I could be enjoying some high quality speaker action. So another reason why I'm changing stuff up. What do you think about the different income streams available to artists these days, namely the pitiful amount Spotify pay out? You've spoken about how expensive CDs are, but any thoughts from the artist point of view? Yeah, you know, like, we need to establish agreeable fairness, really. And streaming is very, very uncompetitive. But at the same time, you know, it has its weird dynamic, because if you blow up on streaming, I mean, you can make it. But I think what is better for music is sustainability. And streaming is quite challenging to be sustainable for some artists, you know, based on the position that they are in. And so for a lot of new artists coming up, like, if you can't earn through people listening to music on streaming, you have to go and tour. And if you're making music that you can't tour with, you've got to have a lot of success to do it any other way. So I really like places like Bandcamp. On Bandcamp, you can buy records really cheap sometimes. You know, the artist sets the price. You can pay more if you want to, which I do on occasion. And, you know, like, that's really good for supporting the artist, because you're buying the MP3s, you're able to stream it as well as have the MP3s. Oh, I've totally forgotten what I'm doing over here. Oh, now I remember. So, you know, like, you get MP3s. Talbot says, what monitors did you buy? They're Yamaha. I think they're called HS8 or something like that. They're massive. they're just crazy good looking. Proper monitors for mixing music on. HS8s are awesome, says Daidu Sakura. Yeah. You know, like, there's some of you out there that are techie that will know the differences and have opinions. Like, I don't need any of that. I just need, when it comes to that stuff, like, I just don't know what to look for. I just need someone to be like, this is good, use this. And Ren was like, hey, I brought these speakers, like, they're really great. I'm like, tell me what they're called and buy them. You know? Because I'm sure many of you know Ren's brother is an actual professional musician. And that's how he got the recommendation. So like, dang, a professional musician is like recommending? Like, tell me about it. Tell me about it. But I gotta say, I'm very, very happy with my decision as of late to focus on doing music again. Every time I get my head in that music place, I'm having an amazing time. You know, it's always been there. Whenever I listen to music, it's just magical. Always is. And it's madness that I've like pulled myself out of that space for whatever reason. And I'm super happy that I'm finding my way back into it more. What are sound monitors, says Kirko. So they're speakers. You'll know them as speakers, right? And the deal is that when you listen to music on speakers, the sound is coloured. They will emphasize certain frequencies and sometimes interfere with stereo a little. The idea of speakers is that they're very the idea of monitors is that they're very neutral. You get a very flat output on it. So when you listen to records on them, you're hearing it as the people in the studio made it. Like, there is an argument though that you should mix on not so good equipment. Like, I've got a bunch of earbuds that I used to mix on because that's what a lot of people listen to music on, right? So if you've got this great sounding mix on your monitors and then you plug in your earbuds and it's like, oh, that sounds like the bass is muddy or whatever, like, you gotta consider that most people are listening to music on cheap earbuds. So, you know, like, that's another argument for mixing. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. So now we gotta flick some switches, you know. We gotta flick this one. Oh wait, did I deploy? You know what? I can just press them again, and it doesn't really matter because they won't break anything. So we've got to hit that switch, and this one. Okay, and now they're both ready to brew. We got Right Escape here for 15 months. Silver Cheetah here for 9. Jummington with the Prime. Nicolitas here with the Prime as well. Thank you for your tremendous support, peeps. It's always appreciated. If you can make a mix sound good on bad speakers, then it will almost sound good or better on any media, says Stinky. That's true, yeah, there's some truth there, isn't there? That is not good. So we have that annoying bug over here. This one should have also kicked off as well, which it has. Right, so we need to quickly go and repair this by grabbing some hoppers. I hear it brewing. We've got to fix it quick. Isn't there a missing redstone piece, says Darth Poeter? If there is, I don't know where you've spotted it. Okay, this is the one, right? If it spits out the ingredient now, I'll catch it, so it'll be good. Alright, it's doing its thing. Wait, no, it's not. Okay, no, yep, this is now... What about that one? How's that one doing? That's recharging. That all looks normal on that side. So it's just this next brew that we're waiting on. Okay, so it's made slowness. Well, I love it when it just works. Hey, so that fixed that one up there. Which I recently learned you can't do on 2 ingredients, and my rabbit's foot one down here keeps breaking, which is kind of lame. Kind of lame. It'll probably be broken right now, yeah. So, I thought I'd sussed this out. So it goes in the wrong way around. Just wondering if maybe I could add like a dropper that faces in there and then a repeater here to power it again, but I think if you try and put a dropper into a power dropper, it goes wrong. I'll look into it again. You know, I thought I'd sussed out that it was just that there were too many people online, but here's the thing, right? The way to fix this is to do that and then shove it in there quickly. So now it's going to finish. Apparently it made mundane potions. Not sure when it did that. We'll stick around here for a minute and watch this thing. Pony Butts in chat. Hey Pony, how's it going? I was just telling everyone earlier about how terrible metal is, and it's just a bunch of screaming and shouting. Some people are getting really upset, like, jeez. Come on, listen to real music already. Potions are leaping a sword to me. Wouldn't it be better just to set up jump boost beacons, says John Reagan? Well, the idea is that a potion allows you to use it in a particular type of situation. And I'm hoping that, you know, we can exploit that in a minigame or something. Okay. Here we go. They did it the right way around. Odd. Sometimes it does it the wrong way around. Let's hope it just continues brewing and all is good. Potions should be stacked to at least 16. They might be in the future. This all might be broken one day. What's this one here? This is just one that's, yeah, this is just one that's good. The one that we're looking at is back here. And I thought for a second that might have been broken, but it's not. No, it's all good. Right, I think we're safe and sound over here, basically. Ponybus says, did you just say you were talking about how metal sucks? Yeah, yeah. Metal sucks, big time. Bunch of screaming and shouting. What's the point? Why are you hating on metal? Some people like sounds and I'm one of those people, says Kiko. Look, name me one good metal song. I bet you can't. Bet you can't name one good metal song. Like, not even one. Dryad Sequila is here with the Prime. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate it. With this redstone still working 1.17? As it stands, it does, yeah. Sad but true, says Geological. Well, that's a pretty good song now that you mention it. You know, sad but true, do. Dum, 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 dum. That's a pretty good song, actually. You know? That's a pretty good one. Master of Puppets, says Patty Flat. That's another good one. Okay, so maybe there are some good metal songs, but not all of them. I mean, most of them are pretty pat. Chop Suey. Oh, I love that song. That's a great song. Great record as well. Am I listening to any Christmas music? No, I haven't heard any. I've just realised I haven't heard any Christmas music this month because I haven't been out of the house. Oh, lockdown madness is wonderful. Usually, I'm always hearing Christmas music this time of year. I haven't heard a single song. I haven't heard a single Christmas song. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. That's the one upside for lockdown at Christmas. No Christmas music. Dang. Not even on the radio, says Xisuma. I don't watch telly. I don't listen to the radio. I'm completely isolated from it. Squashing cans is good metal music. Comment of the stream right there. Comment of the stream. That's going to be my new band name, Squashing Cans. Oh my goodness me. I love coming up with terrible band names. Squashing Pan. It almost sounds like Smashing Pumpkins, doesn't it? Squashing Cans. Oh my god, what's the name of our first album? You know? Heavy Iron? What's another word for heavy? Weighty iron. We'll call it weighty iron. Squashing cans with weighty iron. We're going to invent a new genre of music, peeps. It's called loud noises, shouting and screaming. Sawfly is here for 3 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Hefty iron. That would work as well, wouldn't it? See you later, Pony. Thanks for tuning in. Have a safe drive. Hope you're keeping safe in these times of the COVID. Jeez, the COVID. Can't it be over with already? Stupid virus. Dang, we got no blackstone around here. I don't think I got a lot in my ender chest. We got enough to do a little bit of building, so we'll do a little bit of building. North Korea Best Korea says, I just realised how perfect Dungeon Synth fits a Minecraft stream. I'd say some of it does, right? Like I mean I stream what I love, and you know I can listen to like filthy black metal and you know something like Dark Space and absolutely love it, like when playing Minecraft. But that's because I just love music in a way where like it doesn't really need to relate to what I'm doing. I just love it. But yeah, but like I think it's the side of Dungeon Synth that leans into the fantasy. Like this little bit right now is very more fantasy oriented. So it kind of like lends to Minecraft a little bit better. But some of the Dungeon Synth I listen to like really goes into fantasy music. And one artist in example is Thief, which is just full on fantasy. And is really great to listen to when playing Minecraft. Or if you just want to like chill out and kind of just feel pleasant. You know, music can set the tone, and the mood is another good one. Like I feel like whenever I feel anxious or get a little bit of anxiety, I like to listen to Steve Roach. I just feel like that like helps make me feel a bit more placid or something like that. You know, just like mellowed out. Takes the edge off. What is your favourite song, says Shay Gunn. My favourite song of all time is The Insight and the Catharsis by Doom and Borgir. It's my absolute favourite. Still is to this day, after so many years. Right. Have you heard of the Penguin Cafe Orchestra? They're an instrumental group they've really been enjoying recently. I have not heard of them, but I have now, technically, you know. Right, I guess. I hear some brewing going on over here. That's a good sound, that is. A good sound. Do you think a farmer's exchange with Kralis would be a cool thing? In the arena you wanted to do a Riptide game. What's a farmer's exchange? I'm down for anyone to come and use that arena. Here's the thing though, like I've mentioned it, I mentioned other hermits say I built this thing, don't know what to do with it if anyone wants to, but like you know, you don't think like that when you're playing on the server. Like I don't think, oh, I want to go over to Tango Space and build something there. Like, you know, you kind of like doing your own thing, so it's not going to get used by anyone else. I'm going to have to find a use for it. But if anyone did, I'd be like, go for it. Why not if you've got a good idea for Carton building? Well, because it's his base, right? Unless Tango puts an open advertisement for people to come and do stuff, like, it's his base. You don't sort of turn up and be like, hey, I'm going to build here. You know, like, imagine, you know, I just turn up in your world and start building stuff. It'd be pretty annoying, right? Like, hey, that's my base, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, that always makes the polished one. I always expect it to make the bricks. It's probably because stone makes bricks. That one kind of throws me off, that recipe. Signtrovert says Tango similarly just built a cat farm in Scar's base. Yeah, but Scar asked him to. There's a big difference there, right? Like, Scar said, I want a cat farm. Please build me one. So he goes and builds him a cat farm. Okay. Oh wait, it's right there. What I need is right here. We're gonna need to start doing this real soon. I guess I need this. And I need that. Stone cut, I've got loads of those. Oh, I was supposed to ask someone about a rabbit farm. I was supposed to ask a certain someone about a rabbit farm. We've got to fix a rabbit farm, haven't we? I was going to do that this stream, but I just forgot to sort it out. X, have you listened to Aerosmith? I think I've seen them live. Maybe. Maybe I passed on that, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm not massive on Aerosmith. That sort of, what do you call it? Would you call that classic rock? That kind of, that vibe isn't my vibe particularly. I mean, just listen to what we're listening to right now. I'll give you a bit of a hint of where my vibe is at. I mean, this is literally spooky hallway music. That's actually a great description for it. Spooky hallway music. Okay, I think I'm going to rip this block out. And then these are going to become dry kelp here. And then we'll start doing the roof. We'll actually build the roof from above. That'll probably be easier, right? There is a music genre with only good songs. You can find everywhere some spoiled eggs and some secret gems, says Tino. Absolutely. All genres of music have good and bad songs, of course. Well, when you are making spooky hallways, so it fits, says Joe Dragon! Jeez, brain! Come on! Been over this. Yes, you're right, actually. Koana38 is here with the Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's make these into slabby jabbies. And we'll have some slabby jabbies there. Let's go place some blocks, you know. It's Minecraft. That's what we do. How many seasons of Hermitcraft are you going to make, says WW? We've agreed 7,000 is a pretty good amount to have in total, you know? And they're all going to last at least a year each, so, you know, some of us are working on immortality, doing that in our spare time. A little bit of immortality research, you know, we'll figure it out, don't worry. Come on, we're hermits, we're smart. We'll suss out the old immortality at some point or another. Right, otherwise, how are we going to make 7,000 seasons? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, you guys can probably suss it out. Oh, look, we've got... How did you spawn there? These are slabs! This makes no sense. As it doesn't really make sense, does it? Where did it come from? Like, I think actually they come from just somewhere around here, and then must wander in. Okay, now this song is just epic. But what we're building right here. Ah, oh, fell in a hole. Down in a hole. Okay, I won't sing that again. Then those ones. Boop de boop. I've already ordered a robotic body, says Randy Nicole. You know, there is some discussion and chat out there about like downloading consciousness into computers and whatnot, but like it is quite realistically like a long way away. A long way away. You know, I think we're going to be capable of doing some incredible things, but you know, we can conceive some rather crazy ideas now. If you think about it, maybe these ideas existed like before, right? But maybe they were more like witchery and magic, you know? Witches make, like in the times of castles and kings, right? Witches making potions out of frog eyes and stuff, and this will make you live forever. And you know, that desire's probably always been part of the conversation, always been there. But now it's like more conceptualizable with technology. That, oh, we might use these things to make it happen. We got a noise in the ear from Yo2C21 for 6 months, and Regionality Plays. We have a donation saying, Hex, my group just switched from a Bedrock realm to an 8GB Java server, utilising a bunch of vanilla tweaks data packs and loving it so far. Changed the game completely. Was wondering where to find the invisible frame pack the hermits use. Thank. It's part of the arms stand book, dude. It's built into that one. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a big game changer getting off Realms, right? It's interesting because Realms is like a built-in solution, but it's more geared towards mini games because of the nature of a an actual, you know, like proper Minecraft world. It gets pretty intense with a bunch of people on, right? Pretty intense for those old computers. How do you get notifications, says .com. What notifications? I don't know. Sometimes I get notified by email. Sometimes text message. Depends what it is. What's your favourite thing to do in Minecraft, says Fun Streams? Building farm. I love building farms. I love projects. You know me. Like, look at how I play. It's always like compartmentalizing projects, right? Just, I need this thing. Let's make it happen. Let's put it inside of this box. Tower, you know, I built this farm, I put it in the tower. That's kind of what I like to do. How would you know uploading your brain to a robot isn't the same as going to heaven, says Taubar? You don't know, do you? You don't have an answer for it. I mean, there's many a great mystery of, you know, consciousness, life and death, what's after, what's before. And I don't think anything's got the answer. All you know is, you know, like the classic quote, I think, therefore I am, right? I mean, that's the one thing you can sort of be certain of. Yeah, let's get back up there. If you download your mind onto a computer, can you live in Minecraft, in Hermitcraft, says JBab? Oh yeah, of course you can do. Of course you can. Just download your brain onto the computer. Don't ask me how you do that. Don't know how that's done. Just, you know, plug the USB into your ear. That'll do it. That'll do it. Guaranteed. I know this is a dumb question, but is there any way to get rid of chat? Yeah, I think you can hide chat on the screen. There's got to be a button for that somewhere. Man X is a genius, says WW. Someone just put the USB in their ear. Someone just put a USB cable in their eardrum. Now they know I'm telling the truth. Okay, they're not thinking that's preposterous. They've experienced it. To me, the scary point is that most likely the consciousness you upload to a computer will be a copy of your own and not actually yours, says Yellow Harold. Well, there you go. Let's say we can, you know, actually create consciousness. Yeah, you might be right. That you might be creating a cloned consciousness, separate from your own. There's so much mystery around what consciousness is and the nature of it. How does this experience emerge, being more than the sum of its physical parts? So, you know, I'm not going to rush in and tell you I know what it all is about, which there's quite a lot of people who discuss around consciousness claiming to know what it's about, which I think is a bit far-fetched. I mean, I'm interested in the ideas. Stuff like panpsychism is interesting, but, like, it doesn't feel like anyone can really determine what it is or isn't yet. We just have theories about it. Right, I think what we'll do is fill this all in now. Practically there, right? Look at that. Bam. Just need free dried kelp and we finish doing that. This is really creepy music, says WW. It is! You got the point of it. Embrace the creepiness. Be indulged by its weird and wonderful reality. Let it spark your imagination. What did I come over here for? Dried kelp, wasn't it? Where's that at? That is in my inventory the whole time. Of course it was. Where else would it be, eh? Jeez. George Philos is here for 16 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the nice message. And if you guys like the music you're listening to, Old Sorcery, you can find it on Bandcamp. Again, a great place to like support artists directly, it feels like. I watched some sci-fi show and many scientists claim the most advanced form of life is those who are only conscious brains with no body controlling robots to keep them alive. Yeah, that sounds a bit skeptical. Like, we're conceiving all of this from our own limited perspective. It's like we define intelligence based on our own perspective of what intelligence is, for example. And the same thing is going to happen with consciousness. We're going to first relate everything to our own conscious experience. You know, like the brain, that might not be it. The brain might not be the thing, right? There is a concept or an idea that you can observe called symbiosis, which is where things are sort of integrated to one another, right? We are all in a symbiotic relationship with one another, with our planet, with nature, with all the things around you. It's very easy for people to end up thinking like, oh, me, I'm an individual, and oh, that doesn't bother me, that doesn't influence me, I'm independent and all this, whereas it's quite easy to overlook the amount of dependency you actually have on things all around you that just happen to work. You as an individual, like, you tend to think of yourself as, this is me. You don't think like, this is me and this is my arm and here's my elbow and, oh, watch out, my finger's pointing at you. Tend to just think of you as one thing. Then you very rarely think, you know, this is my finger with the layer of flesh and the muscles underneath and the blood circulating and flowing through and all the little different types of blood vessels going through there and all the atoms and molecules, right? There's all these little building blocks creating bigger things. And what we tend to do is we look at ourselves as if, like, we see it all from our perspective. When you zoom out of the planet and you look at the planet from space, you don't see people. You see the planet, and if you look at it on a different time scale, it's like a swirling ball of stuff going on, right? And humanity might be this little blimp where it's like, boop, boop, a couple of nuclear blasts, you know, in the 60s, and then, I don't know, the planet heats up and then changes, or whatever. Like, it could look totally different, but you relate everything to your own perspective. I do not know what the point I was making when I started talking was anymore, so there you go. You know, that happens a lot when I stream. I just start waffling, and then I'm like, well, why did I start saying all this crazy weird stuff? Thanks, brain. Thanks for remembering. Xisuma streams always end up going to the meaning of life, and that's why we're here, says Papa. They don't always, but they do quite often, don't they? Scorby Love, thank you for 6 months of support. Appreciate it, dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I think we better get some torches on top of that roof now that I think about it. Space out some torches. Oh! 2 little torches. I've got loads of sticks back at base. Let's go get some torches from back there. Feel like flying. Symbiotic relationships. That's what I was talking about, right? So, like, all these, like, big ideas of, here's this thing we don't know a lot about, but I've got the answer or whatever. Like, take it with a pinch of salt, I say. Take it with a pinch of salt. Like, if consciousness derives from the complexity of our brain, then think about how complex the entire planet is as one thing that is happening compared to the brain. I mean, the brains are in the planet, so, like, maybe there are conscious experiences beyond our individual ones that relate to the whole planet, you know? Maybe there are ones below us. Maybe your gut has its own conscious experience. I was actually listening to something the other day. Why did I come here? I should just do a stream where I talk and walk. I should be heading to the Farlands, shouldn't I? I should just be heading to the Farlands. Oh, this is why we came over here. I heard this thought the other day. I can't remember where it was, but basically, like, this tribe that some people were talking to. They were talking to these tribe, you know, people that have like lived in the jungle, air quotes, you know, away from modern civilization. It's fascinating to understand what they think and know about stuff, right? And their take on consciousness, they say you have 3 consciousnesses. You have one in your head, one in your heart, and one in your gut. And I found that rather interesting because it's all too easy to think of the brain as the center of everything. And yet you do get a feeling in your gut. It's not just a saying. You do get a feeling in your gut sometimes, right? And we use the expression for a reason that, like, you know, follow your heart or whatever, right? For me, it's kind of easy to end up just thinking, oh, you know, like, it's an expression, but maybe there's something grounded in it, right? Like, maybe there's something pretty meaningful. I don't know. It fascinated me, the idea that, like, they would think of consciousness as actually being linked to these other things as well. Okay, I don't have any slabs. I'm just going to grab some slabs. I believe in that. We have many more senses, but have lost many, says Rebecca. Well, when I was in school, I was taught that you have 5 senses, right? Sense of smell, sense of touch, etc., etc. But, like, you also have a sense of orientation. You have what are the other ones? Like, you can sense heat. You don't have to touch something to feel it. Sometimes you feel the heat coming off of something. There's other ones as well. Jeez, I feel like normally I remember what they are a little easier. A sense of humour. I mean, you could argue humour's a sense. Balance, a sense of time, sense of direction. I mean, some of these sound a bit more mental, some of them sound physical, right? But it's a really good point, is that this idea of just kind of like chalking it down to 5 senses is probably just an old teaching philosophy that's stuck around for a bit too long. Okay, we'll sort of put them in line over here, I guess, next. Did you ever have deja vu? Says World Citizen. Yeah, I've had a couple of weird deja vu experiences, but I won't go into those. Could you count a sense of morality? Yeah, possibly, but I think, like, you want to look for more physically oriented examples because then they relate to the original 5, right? And there's some really good ones, but for some reason they just won't come to mind. I think a sense of balance was one of them. I was taught 5 senses, y'all are going crazy, says Papa Man K. Now think about it, there are more than 5 senses. Just because, you know, like, I'm not trying to throw general doubt on being taught things, but, like, you know, teaching is an institution, and sometimes bad ideas can get caught up in institutions. And this just might be one of those bad ideas, I don't know. Oh, they all like this. Let's go ahead and do this everywhere then. Make sure we get some light spreading around. Oh, Papa was joking. Okay, cool. Your balance is just liquid in your ear sloshing around, touching the sides. It's touch, says Dirge Sequila. But what is touch, anyway? Because, like, you never actually touch anything, right? Like, atoms are mostly empty space. In an astronomical amount. Like, an astronomical percentage is empty space. It's fascinating how stuff works. Again, talking about how, like, things relate to your own perspective. It's easy to look at objects as being full. Like, everyone's got a phone. Look at your phone. Does it look like it's solid? Yeah, we know if you pull it apart there's some air in there between capacitors and resistors, but I bet you, like, those surfaces, they look like they're pretty solid, right? Whereas actually on the atomic structure level, you go down there and the things that make up atoms are actually really far apart from one another. It's like your brain is piecing it all together. It's making it, you know, understandable in that way. Also, you never touch things technically, says M Snake. Yeah, exactly. Like, nothing in your, like, if you saw all of that empty space, which you don't, It would look different. In a big way. Toko and Clank is here for 8 months. Thank you so much, Toko and Clank. Because anything you ever see, you're not actually seeing it. It's like a mental illusion. You have the senses coming in. You know, your organs, your eyes, whatever. They're giving your brain information to make what's there. So then, like, you see objects as being fully physical and fully full, rather than being a bunch of atoms that are mostly empty space. I like this bit of the song, it's super creepy. Oh, Mumbo gave me some diamonds, I forgot about that. I want to put like a little donation spot somewhere. So down here, next order of business is to potentially do some design work down here. I kind of want some inspiration to hit me, like what material could fit with these, you know? Io Salih says the gaps are too small to make out our scale, surely. Yeah, you kind of got it right. Like what you got to think is that scale isn't there in the way your eyes perceive things. Therefore, your eyes are not an accurate representation, right? They're a tool. They're a way of giving the brain information. There's colours here. There's things there. That's moving. But it's not 100% accurate. Can't be. Anyway, I just think these things are great to like realise that your experience is shaped in this way or that way, because there'll be times when that can mean a whole bunch more. When you realise, oh, like here is some bias, here is some misunderstanding, misconception. Is the choice of music causing the discussion, or is the discussion causing the choice of music? I bet you it's probably the music is influencing where my thoughts are going. Because this is far more meditative, reflective type of music. Now, it would be a real lifesaver to not remove the stone. Parts of it anyway. And I'm not sure how much of this stuff I want to use anymore. Well, continuing. You know, I think that light source is going to have to go somewhere else. I also need to put some signs around here at some point that say what you can and can't put into each of these. I'll take the iron back. Now we can do that. We can also then build back one block as well. So I almost feel like we could really change things up in a big way down here. Now, is this thing evenly... Didn't we measure this out and realise it was like evenly split or something? Yeah. This doesn't have to be dried kelp either, really. That is evenly split. This is the centre. So this lines up like beautifully, which is really good. So maybe we don't make this dried kelp. Maybe we put dried kelp on the back wall and do something else with this. But I don't know what. Like, I think it's time maybe to pop into a different world. And this music is demonic, says 100 lols. I love it. Yeah, it's proper demonic right now. Have we just been raided by False Symmetry? False, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. I'll tell you what, before we hop into the old creative world, let's show the raiders what we've been up to. We're just hanging out, listening to demonic music, you know, casually worshipping the devil over here. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Some people don't like my music taste, I think. Okay, yeah, look, we finished doing this today. False, thank you so much for the raid if you're there. Appreciate it. And welcome all the raiders. EAS68, thank you for 7 months of support, dude. Appreciate it. Where are my rockets at? They're literally on my hotbar. So we actually, like, because we spent time... Oh, good God. I got to do this while I remember what the problem is. We need light sources around here somewhere. Now, you can see if we press F3... What are we on? Right, we're on a full block when we're here. Oh, look at that. Block level 0, 4, 5. Wait, why would it be 5? Oh, interesting. The light level is... Have I missed a light? Maybe it's relating to the glowstone now. So anyway, that is where mobs can spawn. Right, they can spawn technically on that block. And then at this level... Right, so... Oh, God. I don't think it's going to be bright enough. I think I'm going to have to use something like that. Okay. Let's go here. Actually, it looks kind of ugly there. Let's go... It looks ugly here as well. It's going to look ugly wherever we put it. But if we do that, it looks awful. Right, light level good. Light level good. Light level good at all steps except here. Then it's bad there again, you see. So I probably need 2 lots of that going on. And unfortunately, it's kind of bright. You know, it doesn't actually have to be in line with the level slope. I think what I'm going to do is put it there on both sides. It's a bit more tucked away. Let's take these out. Let's see if those provide enough light, because they're definitely doing everything up here. You don't see it as much when you walk in. The way it brightens the area isn't too bad. So then it's just about where we lose the light. So, oh, we lose it literally here. And also there. I think glowstone here with black carpet on would make sense. Let's try that. Black carpet, we got some. Oh, I just realised those are slabs, but maybe that's not a problem. I guess it is on that side. Now I need to go and find like a tiny bit of prismarine. But hey, at least we've actually solved this problem. Okay, that should now stop anything from spawning here. I think, isn't 7 means they can? Oh, there's a 6 here. Great. Great, maybe I should move it over a little bit then. Oh, this is just going to take forever, isn't it? We'll get there in the end. Oh, I've got some blocks here. Well, so much for this tour for all the raiders. Immediately I'm distracted. Now that's only 1 block over, isn't it? So we're going to put it here with that and that. Hop round the corner. Check this out again. Right. Oh, it's still 7. Oh, that's kind of naff. Okay. I can think of an alternative. We could put a wall block in with a thing behind it somewhere around here. That would be a pretty good solution. Oh wait, peeps are saying 7 is good. I thought 7... Yeah, no, someone else in chat says 7 and below they can spawn. That's what I thought. I thought it was 7 and below. In fact, if we do this, we might not need these up here, but man, we're going to do a lot of back and forth. We got time though, we got time. Forgot what I'm looking for again. It's getting later in the day. It's definitely getting later in the day. What am I looking for? Brain. Walls. Yes. Yeah, you're right. And they're up there. Okay, I'm going to rip that out. Rip this out. Okay, let's go find some walls. They'll be in here. Uh-huh. Not sure if there's any walls that... You don't have dark prismarine walls, do you? It'd be nice if you did. Anyway, peeps, let's do some plugs. We haven't done any plugs all stream. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit the follow button. That doesn't make any sense. And also, I got 4 channels over on YouTube. My main one where I upload Hermitcraft. I've got my second channel for live streams. We've also got the Xisuma Says channel with talkie clips. stuff on there about Hermitcraft that might interest you. I've put it in the right spot. And we also got my new music channel where I talk about music. If any of that interests you, go check it out. There is now Prismarine Black and Prismarine Block Walls. Really? For real? No, you're trolling, mate. You're trolling me. I feel like I would have, yeah, I would have remembered that. Oh, the trolls, eh? Wasting my time. Okay, so let's go destroy this. Destroy that. So then at this level, not so good, right? But come back down here, do the check again. Oh, it's 7 here now. Ah. Oh, I'm going to have to put these in really frequently, basically. Well, let's give that a try. Ugh. Fell down. So there's one there. I can't... Wait, why does that look so odd? It's here. I'm going to have to put one there. Yeah, we'll make it work. The light sources are up top. Oh, this is unbelievably slow. Everything's just in the wrong place. But now we know what we're doing. And it should, I think, light it all up. So... Need that behind you. Can sort of build it from down here, actually. Why has it got 2 blocks between it? I was only trying to put 1. That's really confusing. Okay, gonna have to rebuild it again. This is terrible. Sorry. Okay, so is that's where we should be putting it. Let's get some of these other blocks off. Yeah, then it means there. And that'll be the last one, I think. Like so. Cool, that's that side done, actually. Round to the other side. You can make normal Prismarine rules, says Harry. Ah, okay. That's why I have this like vague memory of something like that being added, I guess. Okay, so how is that? Surely that's it now. 8. 8. 8. Yes. 7. No. Also, we need to fix that. Wasn't middle clicking. So I guess we need one more round. But I don't think the light gets through the gap is the problem, but we'll try it and see what happens. So that one comes off. I'll do it from down below. Wait, I need to put the block there first. Which you can't do, can't reach. I'm gonna go down here. I use the kelp. Okay then, finally. That's about the best I can do. That's about the best I can do. It's the demonic music. Oh jeez, the demonic music. Why has it always got to spoil everything? Okay, I can't even remember what we were doing before we started this now, but nope, that didn't help. If I remove this, maybe? Yes! Okay, so with that removed on either side, just enough light comes through to stop mobs from spawning at all the different spots. Also, we got gap over here and there. That's finished. All tidy up down there. All tidy, not quite all tidy that side. We'll go back and fix that. Oh, a tour for the Raiders. That was it. That's what we were going to do, yeah. Well, there's your tour, peeps. That was terrible, wasn't it? Time to tune out. I don't know why you're still here. Right, lights, camera, action. Let's get the stuff put away. I think I even put that one slab in there, didn't I? Oh, I'm a Wally. I'm a Wally. Why are you still watching? Let's grab that box again. And fix it up. Yay, done. Get out of here. You know, there was very little to show anyway. I was just going to say that we've got 2 more potions brewing this stream. That's all we've done, really. But we've got a reason to go check up on stuff we did earlier, actually. We need to go check that smooth redstone real quick. Forgot about that. It's probably not been loaded, so there's probably been no progress, right? Let's check it out. Let's see what's happened here. Oh, we got some coming through. That's good. Oh, maybe this was loaded. The server does have a large render distance. Oh, setting off rockets. Look at this. Look at this. We've got overflow problems. Now, we might also still have... Oh, they're still going! Oh, my word. We're not going to get any of what we need. Let's hit this. See if these fire up. Nope. We'll see what it does next. I'm going to drink some water. WW says, why is the pork chop so small? It's because I got a mod to make it small in your offhand. Because sometimes you keep food in your offhand, but now I keep a totem, and you can't even see the totem. Did you even notice? Magic. What an illusion. Yeah, so... here we go. It's draining out now, or it was. I guess the rest of that stuff's come through. Or maybe not. It's still doing some of it. Yeah, we need like 3 stacks of this. And then we're good. Maurice says, no, I'm out of water. Dang it. You can get more water. I'm not going anywhere. You can go get some more. I just realised the only thing I drank today was a cup of tea, says Sixth Planet. You know, I keep bottles of water lying around and I drink water constantly, so I don't have that. But yeah, sometimes in a day you can just go through... you know, go through the motions and just forget to do something like that, you know. Okay, we just need 3 stacks of this stuff and then I'm good. In fact, I think I only put 3 in there now that I think about it. Hey, there we go. So that'll go in the project box. Stover Quiam, glad you love the streams, dude. Glad you love the streams. Okay, there we go. Gonna need that for a project. Guess I can put the iron back here. What computer do you use to get so many FPSs, says WW. I use my computer. I'm not using someone else's computer right now. I'm using my own one to get these FPSs, you know. Be pretty cheeky of me if I were using someone else's computer. I'll be like, that's naughty, Xisuma. Gotta use your own. Yeah, let's check it out. I guess we've got to go actually inside to see if some brewing has commenced, which we know it has, but... like, is it successful brewing? Oh, do you know what? Renaming these chests isn't, like, too bad an idea, is it? Oh! Well then. Hang on. We have a problem over here. Maybe it never got dispensed. What's going on back there? Let's go investigate. I guess I could have maybe actually checked from the other side. Ah! Whoop. Let's see what's going on. I bet something broke, right? This is the one that's doing the business over here, making the slowness. So why did speed stop? Huh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I know what this is. It must have never got activated. Whoa. Oh! Did I fill up the wrong ones? Oh. Oh no. Have I been brewing like... No, I've been brewing loads of the wrong type because I put it in the wrong spot and didn't realise. Ow. Ah, what a derp. How many shulker boxes was that extra on this side then? So yeah, look, I can access everything from here. It was this one, but I don't think it made any extra. I don't know. So there's that one, and now this one should get going. Let's see that's happening up there. So one of the things I want to do back here is create like a work area to walk around and be able to get to the different parts. As you can see, it'll take some designing to figure out where I need to go. Yeah, it looks like that's working. Okay, so bit of a derp, but we fixed it. I love watching you help Ren with his slow falling for his floatage game, says Mumbagoose. Yeah, it's always fun to hang out with Ren. Glad you enjoyed watching. Hippie guy, man, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Nice quick fix. Well, this place has been designed in a way where, you know, you can do that. But yeah, I want to rip out this floor and sort of give this back area its own kind of like industrial feel or whatever. But yeah, I had an idea a moment ago that was kind of significant. Let's pop down to this spot. Right, there are types of potion here that you can't use on redstone. So if I grab a sign and put it on the chest, that'll be a start. Now every type of potion can be splash or lingering, I'm pretty sure. Let me go grab my spreadsheet, which I closed earlier. Let's go through it. So leaping, I'm pretty sure leaping can be extended in both ways, right? Do I have the all list here? Yeah, okay, so swiftness will work with both. Slowness will work with both. Leaping will work with both, so will strength. Now healing doesn't work with redstone. So over here, we're going to write we want sort of one line to be the instruction and the rest to be the potions. But for now, let's just type healing. We can come back and revise. Okay, so no healing. No harming. Harming is glowstone. Poison is good. Regeneration is good. Fire resistance is good. Fire resistance you can't do glowstone. Same for water breathing, same for night vision, same for invisibility. And that Turtle Master does both, slow falling does redstone, and so does weakness. So it's actually just those two. So if we go to the top line, do not add, does add make sense? Do not put in the chest is essentially what I'm saying. Oh, let's say does not work with. Okay, harming and healing. Healing and harming. Does not work with these pots. Now, you're going to be standing at this level. and the floor is going to be like this. So you'll be easily able to see it. Does not work with, and it'll be more lit. It'll be more lit up here. It'll be lit, fam. It'll be so lit. It'll be fire! Jeez, fires are definitely lit, aren't they? I mean, if a fire is not lit, is it not a fire? Jeez, deep questions over here. Okay, now glowstone's a totally different story, right? So let's hope we can squeeze this on 2 lines, but we said does not work with these pots. Also, I love calling potions pots. I played a game where they called them that, and it just always stuck in my head. Does not work with these pots. Back to the spreadsheet for reference. We'll go in reverse order. So, weakness, slow falling, invisibility, night vision, that's 4. Water breathing, fire resistance, 6. So can we squeeze 6 into 2 lines? Fire resistance, water breathing, night vision. No. No. I think we're just going to have to do that. Does not work. And then... So we can put those 2 in. Do not use with. That's a good... I like that. Let's go. Do not use with. Who suggested that? Yo-Yo B. Yo-Yo B. Now I know why you use the caps. Okay. Fire resistance. Night vision. Water breathing. Invisibility. Not quite. Maybe we don't have to put them together in that combo. Like, slow falling weakness. So maybe water... Water breath's pretty width. Pretty widthy. It just needs to be shortened, so... I don't know what's the best way to express that. Oh, water B? BRTH, people are saying. See, it gives you very little for the next one. So water breath, invis. Maybe invis will fit there. Invisi. What? Do not use with fire resistance, night vision, water breath, invisibility. You're not going to go invisi. Weakness, slow falling. Weakness, 1 less S. I think I'm going to end up putting them on 2 signs, right, essentially. We got a noise in here. Stelly Alias is here with a donation saying happy holidays, mate. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. I appreciate the donation. Thank you for supporting the channel. Yeah, we're going to have to do that better. We've got to design like a basement down here as well. Jeez, there's so much to be done. And we got a donation here from Loopy Canis saying, "Hi X, it's always inspiring to listen to you. Also, often catch me thinking about your words. Keep up the good work, and PS, like the music, so relaxing and full of fantasy." I'm glad you're enjoying it. So many people have been saying that they enjoy it. It's fantastic, because I want to keep streaming it. And, you know, I like this sort of music, and it's not something, you know, that's really, in the eyes of many, it's underground niche, obscure music, so it's really cool to share it with all of you. We'll keep doing it. Yeah, we need to get a thumbnail for this stream, I just realised. And we kind of thumbnailed this area before, right? Oh, I'll tell you what, I know what to do. I know what to do. Let's head back over this way. Love the music every time, says Alpenglarp. Yeah, I think I'll make it a goal in January to try and get some more stuff in there. Yolt's just Jeddah says, what's the genre? Ambient? It's dungeon synth, but you know, dungeon synth, ambient, fantasy, ambient. They're all lines that blur between artists, but dungeon synth is the one. That's going to be my thumbnail right there, because we did that in this stream. We made a bunch of colours that look cool together, a little colour fade, right? Drought, water breathing. Nah, drought will be confusing. You gotta keep it simple, right? Peeps, this is the end of my live stream. I hope you've been entertained today. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. As always, I appreciate all of your support. And let's see what's going to happen right now. We're going to go raid Cub Fan, who's doing some random seed glitchless speed running. If you're into that, stick around, and we will raid the Cub of Fans. But yes, that's it from me. Hit the follow button on your way out, and hit the raid button if you want to raid Cub. That's it from me. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.